Here are 10 huge mistakes self-taught guitarists make, as well as 5 quick tips. Mistake number 1. Not using a metronome. Using a metronome helps you develop a sense of rhythm. Playing in time is critical when playing music, especially when playing with others. A metronome will also tell you where you are off the beat and which measures you need to spend the most amount of time on. Following the beat of a metronome forces you to stay on time, which can also be used for building speed. By starting slow and focusing on perfect execution, and then slowly building up speed as your muscle memory improves, the metronome will help you increase your speed. It can be tedious to use a metronome, but it's better to start developing a good sense of rhythm as soon as you can. This will make your playing much better and easier down the line. There are many metronomes to choose from, but my favorite metronome is a hybrid between a digital and a mechanical metronome. You can find an affiliate link in the description below. Mistake number 2. Not focusing on technique. Building a correct picking technique, focusing on your wrist angle, posture, they are things that many of us skip because we just want to play songs we like. But again, this is something that will come back to haunt you in the long run. The longer you play, quote-unquote wrong, the harder it will be to break some of these bad habits. Even if you would then use perfect technique, it will feel off because it is something you are not used to. The worst thing you can then do is to revert back to your old habits. Try sticking with the correct technique. Even better, start with the right technique, so you don't have to undo years of bad habits. Mistake number 3. Going too fast. Does this sound familiar? You pick a song you want to work on, you start with the intro, go through it a couple of times while looking at the tabs, you make some mistakes here and there, but hey, you recognize the song. Then you go to the verse, then the chorus, and you end up playing a song full of mistakes. It's much better to start with 1 or 2 measures at a time, playing it slowly, focus on which fingers to use, etc. When you can play it 5 times in a row without making mistakes, either speed it up or add the next measure. This way you will build the correct muscle memory from the start. Mistake number 4. Not having a routine. One benefit of having a teacher or following a course is that it keeps you accountable and that it gives you a clear plan to work on. Now you can definitely teach yourself, especially with all the information you can find online. But it's essential that you develop a routine that you will consistently follow. The key word here is consistently. It's much better to practice 30 minutes a day, knowing exactly what you will be working on, than to play a couple hours here and there in the weekend or whenever you have time. What this routine looks like is highly personal and there is no right or wrong, but try to focus on developing correct technique, work on your weaknesses, and play something you actually enjoy. A sample 30-minute routine is to work for 5 minutes on an exercise like the spider walk or scales, 10 minutes focusing on a specific technique that is holding you back, like working on your hammer-ons and pull-offs, and then 15 minutes working on a song you like. Mistake number 5. Skipping music theory. I get it. Music theory isn't as interesting as playing music you enjoy, and perhaps you tried watching some videos on music theory and it made you even more confused. I remember seeing a complex visual of the circle of fifths for the first time and thought to myself, what the hell is this? Perhaps you even convinced yourself you don't need music theory. As for me, I'm not a prodigy with perfect pitch, and I find that the more I learn about music theory, the more playing the guitar actually makes sense. It makes playing more enjoyable as well, and it definitely helps my playing. If you want to learn about music theory, I have a free video series on music theory, which you can watch right here. Mistake number 6. Relying on tabs too much. Using tabs all the time will hinder your playing, and here's why. If you rely too much on tabs without memorizing the song, you'll constantly be glancing at them, taking your focus away from your hands, and making your playing feel disconnected. It will take longer to develop accuracy and confidence. When you memorize a song, you free up mental space to focus on technique, timing, and expression, allowing you to play more musically rather than just hitting the right notes. Another issue with over-relying on tabs is that they only give you part of the picture. Tabs provide notes, but they rarely capture the feel, rhythm, or dynamics of a song. Instead of just reading tabs, listen to the original song repeatedly. Try humming or tapping the rhythm before playing. It helps internalize the music, making your rendition sound much more natural and expressive. Mistake number 7. Only playing what you already can. It's tempting to stay in your comfort zone and play songs you already know, using techniques you already know. Learning a new technique can be incredibly frustrating and will take time. Likewise, learning new songs is harder than playing what you already know. But pushing yourself out of your comfort zone will end up making you a much better guitar player. Ending up in a rut is one of the worst things that can happen to your progress. And I think this is a big reason why so many guitarists play for years without feeling like they're improving. If you only play what's comfortable, you might feel like you're practicing, but you're actually just reinforcing the same skills without improving. Here's a tip to break this habit. Try to set a small challenge for yourself every week, whether that is learning a new riff, a new technique, or a tricky chord shape. Mistake number 8, skipping bar chords. This is a specific example that beginners often do. Bar chords are challenging, and it takes time to comfortably play them, so many beginners skip them, but doing so will severely limit your playing. If you're comfortable with bar chords, this opens the door to many new songs. So yes, bar chords are tough at first, but struggling with them is normal, and every guitarist goes through this stage. Instead of avoiding them, start by practicing partial bar chords, or practice them higher up the neck where the string tension is less, and gradually build up to full bar chords lower down the neck. And a big mistake is relying solely on finger strength alone. If you can't get the strings to ring out cleanly, try adjusting the placement of your hand. Moving it further up or down might do the trick. Another tip is to try pulling with your entire arm instead of solely death gripping the neck with your fingers. This will make a world of difference. Mistake number 9, not asking for feedback. If you have no one who gives feedback on your playing, it's easy for small mistakes to creep in, and small mistakes can turn into bad habits if no one points them out. Fixing them early makes progress much easier. And the good thing, getting feedback doesn't have to cost anything. If you record yourself playing, then you can objectively listen to and watch yourself playing. This alone will teach you a great deal. Also, if you then upload that footage online, you can ask for feedback from people. Many experienced players are actually willing to help you. Mistake number 10, skipping finger exercises. Although finger exercises might not be the most exciting part of your practice routine, they pay enormous dividends in the long run. Neglecting to work on dexterity and finger independence will lead to slow and sloppy playing. There are many exercises available, ranging from the spider walk to practicing scales, that target different aspects of your technique. Even spending just a few minutes on these exercises as a warm-up can make a big difference. The key is consistency. Short daily sessions will significantly improve your control and speed over time. If you are making some of these mistakes, the sooner you stop doing them, the better. Up next, 5 quick tips to help improve your playing. Phones are incredible devices, but they're also incredibly distracting, so I always prefer to leave my phone in a different room when I'm playing the guitar. And it's why I prefer an actual metronome, for example, instead of using an app on my phone. If you're using the phone for a metronome app or to play a backing track or whatever, consider putting the phone on mute so you won't get disturbed when playing. The 20-second rule means that you should be able to get your guitar and start playing within 20 seconds. If you have to walk up a set of stairs to take your guitar case out of the closet, you will be way less likely to start playing, even though this isn't a huge amount of effort. Try making something you want to do, in this case playing the guitar, as easy as possible. This works for any good habit. We humans are lazy, so don't make it hard on yourself. As a bonus, if you see the guitar all the time, you are much more likely to play it. Plus, a beautiful guitar looks good in any room. A dedicated practice area will really help your playing. You don't need an entire music studio, just a small section in a room is enough. A small place for your guitar, a place to sit, and somewhere to place your tabs is all you need. Also, our minds associate certain spaces with certain actions, meaning if you have a dedicated guitar space, you will be motivated to play the guitar there, and it will be easier to get in the zone. Having clear and specific goals is such a simple thing that has really helped my playing. Instead of setting a goal like I want to get better at the guitar or I want to learn how to play this song, try a goal like today I want to memorize the first 8 bars of the intro or play the verse at 80 beats per minute. Goals like this will make your practice much more efficient. Writing down what you worked on each day and writing what you would like to accomplish next time will increase the efficiency of your practice even more. You'll know exactly what to work on each session and can easily track your progress over time.